Captain, a most curious development on scanner 5-7.
Let's all take a look at it, Mr. Spock.
Screen on, Captain.
Captain? What in the name of...
everybody, Clownboy here, and welcome to another Storybook Saturday. Today's story takes place in the future, in the 23rd century, and that's why we are not in the library. No, we are on the bridge of the Starship Enterprise, which is this ship right here. It's from my most favorite TV show called Star Trek. And if you've never heard of Star Trek, I suggest you check it out. It's a lot of fun. In Star Trek, you have Captain James T. Kirk as he commands the USS Enterprise on its 5-year mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life forms and new civilizations, and to boldly go where no one has gone before. Helping out Captain Kirk is his crew, his first officer, Mr. Spock, his navigator, Mr. Chekhov, the helmsman, Mr. Sulu, communications, Lieutenant Uhura, their doctor, Dr. McCoy, also called Bones, and the engineer, Mr. Scott, who we all call Scotty. Now, when you're out there exploring the galaxy, eventually you're gonna come across some aliens who aren't very nice. And the meanest, baddest aliens of them all are the Klingons. Now, most Klingons are big and hairy, but there's different types of Klingons. There are Klingons who almost look human, like us. There are Klingons who have these big, bumpy foreheads. There are Klingons who have not only the big, bumpy foreheads, but long, pointed heads, and 4 nostrils in their nose, and they wear this big ceremonial armor. I mean, what are they thinking? But eventually, the Federation, those are the good guys, make peace with the Klingons. And a Klingon actually comes to serve on a future USS Enterprise, and his name is Commander Worf. Now, tonight's story is based on one of the original Star Trek's most famous episodes, The Trouble with Tribbles. This story is called Too Many Tribbles, and it was written by Frank Berrios, based on the original screenplay, The Trouble with Tribbles, by David Gerrold, and with artwork by Ethen Beavers. I hope you enjoy. Captain's Log, Stardate 4523.3. Captain Kirk and the crew of the USS Enterprise receive an urgent call from Space Station K7. Could it be a Klingon attack? Upon arrival, Kirk and Mr. Spock learn their true mission from an assistant named Darwin. They are to protect a shipment of high-yield grain. The greedy Klingons will probably try to steal it for themselves. While 2 guards keep the grain secure, the rest of the crew explore the station. Lieutenant Uhura meets a trader who sells furry little creatures called Tribbles. The salesman gives Uhura a Tribble as a gift. Uhura loves her new furry pet. Uhura returns to the Enterprise with her hungry little Tribble. The next morning, she is shocked to discover she has a whole bunch of new Tribbles. Suddenly, a Klingon battlecruiser arrives at the space station. This could mean trouble. The Klingons are allowed to board the space station, but can they be trusted? Not even the furry little Tribbles like Klingons. And although the Klingons say they come in peace, a fight breaks out. Nobody insults the Enterprise in front of Scotty. Meanwhile, back on the Enterprise, the bridge is covered in Tribbles. The Tribbles got into the air vents, so they're now all over the ship, even the mess hall, and they're eating everything in sight. If the Tribbles were able to find their way into the air vents aboard the Enterprise, they must have done the same thing on the space station. Captain Kirk and Mr. Spock beam back to the space station, and their fears are confirmed. The Tribbles have eaten all the grain. Mr. Spock notices that some of the Tribbles are sick. Someone must have poisoned the grain. With a little help from Dr. McCoy and some of the Tribbles, Kirk discovers that Darwin is a Klingon spy in disguise. It was Darwin who poisoned the grain. With the spy revealed, the Klingons quickly leave the space station. The crew returns to the Enterprise, but all the Tribbles are gone. Where did all the Tribbles go? It turns out Scotty transported the furry creatures to the Klingon ship, where there'll be no Tribble at all. Well, everybody, I really hope you enjoyed that story, and maybe after hearing that story, you might want to actually watch an episode of Star Trek. It's a lot of fun. So, join us next week where we tell a story from an alternate past. Yes, next week's story is a steampunk adventure. So until then, I'll see you down the road, and live long and prosper.